Alright, so I'm officially back after my December break, and today I'm going to come back with a banger video. Now, this is an extremely important topic. Just behind my face cam here, I'll reveal the title. This is something you have to know to be able to trade successfully. Once you get this down into your mindset, this will change the game for you. You're going to level up so quickly. Let me just move my face cam out of the way right here. So as you can now see, today's video I'm going to be talking about how positives equal negatives in trading. Now, the reason trading is so backwards and it's so difficult for everyone to grasp is it sort of fights against your human instincts in a way. So I'm going to get into this and explain what I mean by it. There's a lot of different situations where positives can equal negatives in trading. Today I'm just going to touch on these three main ones. I'm going to go through different scenarios, explanations, and there's a lot of ways that they can be happening without you actually realizing. So we've got winning when you shouldn't, that's quite self-explanatory. Avoiding losses when you shouldn't, that might not be one you thought about. And predicting what the market is going to do, this is very important, and I'll touch on that for the third and final point. Alright, so for winning when you shouldn't, we've got an example is you entered because it was so obvious price was about to go up, and you were right. So this used to happen to me a lot when I used to trade. Now, I can remember very specific examples. There'd be times I'd make £100 in a day, and this was way back 6-7 months ago, and then I'd be feeling amazing for the rest of the day, which seems like a good thing, right? But it's very backwards because essentially I was training myself to be a bad trader without realizing. So I used to be sitting there, I trade normal supply and demand at that time about 7 months ago, right? And I'd see things happening in the market that were nothing to do with supply and demand. And I'd be like, oh, this is so obvious, look at this. Let's just say resistance, right? Make something up. It's so obvious it's going to react from this resistance. Even though I don't trade that, I trade supply and demand. Price is so far down, it has to go up, it's so obvious, so I'm just going to take a buy here. And then when it happened, I was right. It did go up. I made £100, and this is terrible for your trading long term. It's good in the short term because you made £100, but you're not going to be a profitable trader if you keep training your brain this way. So as it says on screen right here, this causes a release in dopamine in your brain for two things. One, you were right, and two, winning a trade. So you're training your subconscious to have that habit reinforced that you get dopamine when you enter trades because you think the price is going to do this or whatever, and you're right. You get a lot of dopamine for that. This of course leads to losing in the long run because that's not sustainable. No one can just predict what the market's going to do. You can't just trade outside of your strategy and be profitable long term. Now, everyone probably intrinsically knows this, but the important part to drill it in is it's difficult in the moment to realize. Let's say you're rationalizing a trade that you shouldn't take and it ends up winning. Now, you could make a big win, and then after this happens, it's very easy to say, yeah, it was in my strategy, it was a good trade, and to actually not realize that you're getting wins for bad reasons. Alright, so the second point is something that is very, very important. I'm not sure I've seen this touched on too much, and this is avoiding losses when you shouldn't. So what do I mean by avoiding losses when you shouldn't? Well, this is when a trade shows up, it's in your strategy, it follows all the rules, and you're supposed to take this trade. Now, for some reason, let's say you're nervous to enter, or like you're making up a reason for something that the trade's not going to win, and you decide to not take it, and this trade loses. That's going to feel like a good thing. You're going to get dopamine for doing something good, avoiding a losing trade, and you're going to train yourself in your subconscious brain to not take setups when you don't think it's going to win for no apparent reason, even though everything shows up. If you were just nervous to take the trade to enter and it lost, you're going to be saying, yeah, that was good that happened, the trade lost, thank goodness I avoided it. And you're just essentially setting yourself up for long-term failure. You can't just not trade when all your confidences show up and make up reasons why you shouldn't trade and then say that you were right when the trade loses. The point I really want to drill in on this is that your trading performance has nothing to do with your profit and loss. It has to do with you following the trades that are in your plan and you executing them correctly. Whether you're up 5% or down 5% is not showing how good your trading or trading performance has been. What shows how good your trading performance has been is, did you take all the trades when they show up? Did you stick to your rules? Yeah, okay, if you did and you were down 5%, that means that your strategy is going through a bad period, minus 5%. You're not trading badly. Now, on the flip side of this, I could be up 10% on a month. Does that mean I was doing good trading? Does that mean I'm a good trader? No. I could have just taken random trades that I shouldn't have taken. They happen to win. So your trading performance should not be based on your profit and loss. It should really be just counted on, did you take all valid trades? Did you take any invalid trades? Did you miss any valid trades? And recording these stats, that is something that shows your trading performance, not recording what percent you're up or down, for example. Alright, so for this one, predicting what the market is going to do. Don't know why I don't have this in presentation view. I just realized my face cam was probably taking up the screen most of the time, but it's whatever. So for this one, predicting what the market's going to do. Now this is something that I used to struggle with a lot, and it's very easy to just keep doing it subconsciously or even consciously and just not realize that you're actually having a massive burden on your trading performance. So what do I mean by predicting what the market's going to do? So this is, let's say you're in the market, it's a normal trading day and you're just sitting there looking at the screen. Now it's very easy while you're doing this to be looking at the candles, looking at price and thinking, oh yeah, when it gets here it's probably going to do this, when it gets here it's probably going to do that. Things outside your strategy, when it reaches this resistance, it's going to drop so much because price is so high up. Even if it's to do with your strategy, yeah, it's going to come to this demand, when I get in it, it's going to explode. Yeah, it's going to fail right here, price is going to reject this area. Now, how does this tie into positives can equal negatives? Well, that's because when you're in the markets looking at this, let's say you are right again, you're trading supply and demand, and price comes to a resistance zone, and you're saying, yeah, when it gets to this resistance, it's going to drop so much. This resistance is so strong. You're not going to take the trade because it's not in your strategy, but it gets there and you were right. Now, this is just constantly giving you dopamine for no reason. It's making you think that you know exactly what the markets are going to do all the time. And where this actually makes a burden in your performance is obviously just on you being grounded, not getting dopamine from predicting things. When you're actually entering your own trades, you're going to be predicting almost that you're going to win. You're going to be thinking you should win. Whereas what you should be doing in a trade, and what I'm doing is just, okay, I enter here. I don't even know if the market's going to go up. Let's say I'm buying. I'm just entering because my confidences are showing. I'm not predicting it's going to explode. I'm not predicting I'm going to lose. I'm just entering because it follows my rules, and it's that simple. I have no emotion attached to it. When the markets are on my screen during the day, I'm not thinking, yeah, look at how today looks. Price is going to go up here probably going to go down this far. We've got this resistance. I'm not doing any of that. My setup shows up and I take it. I don't care what else the markets are doing. I'm not getting all caught up, giving my subconscious dopamine from being right about random things that don't affect me in any way whatsoever. Yeah, that's going to be a wrap for this video. It's the first video I've done in a while. Took off the month break, like I said. And to be honest, I actually learned quite good lessons from this month break. What I sort of expected. I was telling myself, yeah, I need this break. I've been doing business related things for nearly 2 years now, even though the first year was kind of a waste of time. It was just some lessons. But it's been nearly 2 years now. I was coping that I needed a break. And what I thought before this was that, yeah, it'll be relaxing. It'll be fun to get time off. And it was actually the complete opposite, surprisingly. Not doing anything, not having the purpose. It just sort of felt almost like going back into old habits before I even started self-improvement years ago. You just have no purpose, no drive to do anything. And it made me realize how much I actually enjoy working on things, trading, YouTube. Yeah, that was a good lesson for me to take from that. The fact that the time off almost, it doesn't feel good to not be doing anything. If it's not relaxing, maybe for a day or so, but for a month straight, yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. That's going to be it for the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, and I'm going to be posting again, weekly at least, at a minimum, perhaps more. I'll see how much time I have, what comes up. But yeah, finally back to the channel, and 2024 is going to be a great year. My next video, I'm going to be talking about how to trade through 2024, the things you need to do to become profitable, etc, etc. So make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you can see that video when it comes out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.